Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock and I'm your host. And we are here live today in California. And I'm up a little hour earlier. I'm still at the airport, but the airport hotel, the Marriott here. And it's kind of noisy. The internal fan's still going here. It's pretty dark outside still. I'm up an hour earlier than I'm used to being, I guess, because I'm out an hour or further in California here. So I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed to get going here. So here we go. Hopefully the fan will turn off in the hotel. You might hear airplanes going by, so I apologize for it being a bit noisy this morning. But let's have a look at the markets. Let me make sure that we're live on the internet. I got two TradingView accounts going here, so this is the one that you guys usually see. I got a couple $100 trade there last night, so I'm gonna use the one that takes up the whole screen. And thank you so much. We have 130 subscribers now. That is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, can't believe that. That's awesome. So I'm very much, it's a privilege. It really is. And here we are. I think this is us. It is. Kurt, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. It helps the ambiance. It certainly does. All right. Let me YouTube fast forward better TV. Well, thanks. All right, let me get back there. I only got one screen this time, so I'm going to be jumping kind of back and forth, I would assume. Sorry, things are going to be a little slower here. There we go. So I may not see your, I keep trying to keep that one there. I don't know, it won't let me. Okay. So I've only got one screen in here. Oh, wait a second. I do have a little iPad. I got a couple minutes to set up. So, sorry. Kurt, you guys is going to be the frustrated one. Anybody who's watching this, give yourself fast forward a little bit till you see some semblance of organized approach to doing this show here. Let me see. We got one of these little iPads as well, so we can put YouTube. There we go. Getting my ducks in a row. I should have ThetaWaveTrader. Search. Got a T. Here we go. Here we are. I'm slowly digging down here, folks. Stand by. Okay, Kurt, there you go. And Lauriston, good morning, buddy. Morning. Okay, I can see you guys now. I got my iPad going so I can see the comments. Yeah, that fan's finally turned off. Okay. There's only one screen, so I'm gonna have to be a little choppy this morning. If you guys see something you like, let me know. specific asset class you're on, so I can have a quick little poke over there and have a look. So let's go to NasDaq here. Oh, it did turn on us. Good, that's good. Oops. I don't have a mouse either. I'm just using my fingers on this pad, so it's going to be a bit rough today, so I apologize. We're going to have to put up with this for today. Tomorrow, I don't think I'll be here tomorrow, or unfortunately Wednesday, because Carl has finished teaching this afternoon, and then we get it. Well, we've taken an extra day or so to go around LA, so I think tomorrow, this afternoon, we're going to head down to the beach, and then we want to check out. It's called the Last Bookstore. It's supposed to be a huge bookstore down in Central Station, I think it is. Check out some museums. So we may not be here tomorrow, in all likelihood. Oh, actually, we might be. You'll have to get ready, so I'll have time to trot around here. And then Wednesday, probably not, because we're flying. I don't know. I'll take it day by day, but if I'm here for tomorrow and the next day, that'll be great. If not, then I apologize. I'll be back on Thursday. So let's kind of look at the NasDaq. What do we got here? I took this I was expecting this to be a little tear down yesterday, so I loaded on pretty heavy on this, and then it just turned around and I went, uh-oh, I'm on the wrong side of this. So then I got on the right side of it, made back everything that I'd kind of lost, and then I think I made a couple $100 on the way back up here, and got out relatively early. I'll kind of show you the trades here, just to show you that when you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't mind being wrong. Let you guys know I am human. I do make mistakes. It was more of an impulsive, I believe it's going to go up kind of trade than going down. There. Got in here and got out right there. And this is the one I got in, and I got in here, was expecting it to go down, and got out up here somewhere, right there. I put my stop above this high. I thought if I lose this order block here, then I'm wrong. So I put my stop loss up there. I made it back in here. All right. Anyway, let's get back over to the. I've got several of them on here. So we're back in this little consolidation here. I was looking at the daily chart, and I was kind of plotting out all the things that we could see that might provide some resistance. And if you look at the way the charts are kind of set up here, my thought was that if we come back into this, we have a weekly fair value gap here, we have a daily fair value gap right here. It's an inversion now. So we came down on the beginning of the day, like yesterday, we had a return to the fair value gap high of the weekly, daily. So we have some big overlaps for big PD arrays like weekly and daily. They overlap right there. So if we do have a continuation on the upside, because we still haven't finished filling this fair value gap here, which is the daily. We have a 1 hour fair value gap in there as well. We have a 4 hour fair value gap in there. And we also have another daily inversion fair value gap over here. So when you consider we're in a bullish market, we have these crazy little whipsaw days. We have the potential for this market just, I'm thinking about it getting some strength here, some support. You have 4 hour daily and weekly fair value gap. If we find some support here, so look for, I don't want to lose 50% of this wick on Friday. Okay, so we can allow it to dip down into here. If I close today below 50%, then there's a strong likelihood we're going to come all the way back and fill in the rest of that little piece there. I don't have that feeling. So I'm looking for this to provide support and then continue to push up here for areas of liquidity that there's still draws on. We've already run these areas out. So for me, I'd like to see this, these highs get taken before the breakdown. We have this breaker up here still. Last up close candle before run below these lows here. So that inversion fair value gap you see on the upside is enough to just, if we just take out this Thursday's wick high and dig back into filling of that daily fair value gap and hourly, that could be the draw today or tomorrow. I wouldn't want to see another just flat day where you got these big wick runs and then we end up right back in the middle of that 4 hour fair value gap again. So that's NasDaq. So if you start digging down into the 4 hour, you'll see what I mean by this. We have lots of little 4 hour inversion gaps as well. See how we have an inversion gap right on top of the daily and the weekly. And you can see there's multiple little confluences inside here as well. There's another one. Oh yeah, okay, that one's overlapping now. So this one here, this inversion fair value gap here. We've gone all the way through it. We've come back on the opposite side of it now. So there's a body that's forming below it. I want to see that just become a wick. So this might be the wick does the damage back to the mean threshold of this candle, which is also the high, which is also the 4 hour, the daily and the weekly, all overlapping right inside that mean threshold. We've come back, rebalanced this. We've run the lows. We haven't really taken out the highs here yet. Haven't taken out the lows. Yeah, we're in the middle of all this lot. I'm just going to pull a fib on this range here. There's 50% right here. 50% is also inside the area that we want some support to continue. I like this mean threshold. I want to see that hold. That seems to be holding every single time we've come back to it. So looking for those. We've got to lose this mean threshold here now. On a close, start getting up above that. So I guess we'll see what the charts will be like in the next couple of minutes. But the opening is in 4 minutes. Hourly. Again, we're getting a reaction off of that. Got a couple of minutes, so I'm going to do a quick little run through GBP. We'll do Dixie first. Let's connect to Dixie. Dixie looks like it's got more upside. We've hit the rejection block. I love it when it hits that rejection block. Sometimes people keep running for these highs guaranteed. Oh yeah, it's gonna, when you're in this consolidation like this, anytime you're in a consolidation, I'd always recommend you just go for the rejection blocks as your main chunk that you take off. If you're just sniping, don't aim for that high, just aim for the rejection, and you can see it get hit. Great examples of it just getting hit. That's the time it took out a high. This one didn't get it. That one took that one. That one didn't quite get the rejection, but this one did. Yeah, anyway. I do like those. How's things down in the islands there, Lori? You being safe? Everybody's okay? Hope it's just car fires and nothing too crazy. Let's go. So this is going to push, this is going to squeeze the currencies, so downside for those. Where's this one? Let me move these to the other side here. So look for 50% if we do get a pop of here, back into this fair value gap below price. It's 7:30 now, so we'll see if this runs out price. No. That's the hourly. So that's going to put some downward pressure on your British pound and your euro. I'll make sure these are all connected. So what have we got here? We got daily all these equal lows, relative equal lows here. We're just taking out Friday's low. I'm running for these relative equal lows here on the 4 hour. Choppy, messy. There's really nothing down here except these relative equal lows. We have the 1, 2, 3. Mean threshold of this candle, largest down close candle. Somewhere around here, we keep hitting that mean threshold. Depending on what happens with the dollar, if the dollar continues to rise and take out this high that was formed on Monday last week. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Friday, Thursday, Tuesday night. Tuesday afternoon's high. Look for this large up close candle here. And do we get through 50% of that up close candle? Would be 50% of this one as well. Euro. Euro's got the same thing. All these relative equal lows down in here. Getting us back to the midnight open candle on. We have Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Wednesday's midnight open candle would be enough to sweep the lows and bring you back into the mean threshold of this order block here. And it's a breaker. So we'll see how we act off this mean threshold here. Hourly chart. We're in consolidation here. It's hard to call this when it gets this tight. We're going to wait for a move. So patience is in the cards today. Who we got in here? Lauriston. NQ 1 minute chart. Had a really nice long entry a little while ago. Yeah, buddy. I like it. I'm going to give you the hearts for that one. we go. Okay, so we're down to 4 people. That's okay. I understand. Pretty slow market. Not a professional quality presentation today. Sorry about that. So I do like if we come back into this range again here now, because now we're dipping down into a, take the low to the high, dipping down into a discount. There's an inversion fair value gap sitting right here on the 1 hour. We're digging into the main threshold of that one. So look for the upside. If that's your entry lowest than that session open, 16,999. Let's go to the 1 minute here and have a look. Okay, so you're looking at this return to the top of the $16,999. Come on. Why is it not moving down? I got the lock on. There you go. So we have break in structure. I'd like to see this. We have a break in structure to the downside. Then we have a break right here, return back into a discount array. Now we're heading up. We have broken this one with there's a little bit of a body break on that. So we have to get through this mean threshold here. Now, I'm just thinking about it, now kind of project into the future. Where would you like to see the fair value gap run? What do you got here? Another one went just now. Took partial, so I'm just floating. 16,948 was my entry. 16,948. 16,948. So you're lower than this? Are you back here somewhere? 69.48. Oh, you got in here. Wow, good for you. Good. And you're taking partials off there. Good. So I'm thinking if I was gonna look to take out a New York or a 9 a.m. session for the 10 o'clock opening, whatever low you just created at 9 o'clock, we want to come back, take that out to continue the upside. That's something I'd like to see. Not that I want to take out Lori at all. But keep your eye on that candle here and this one here. See that? We tap on it, react off of it. So this just rolls over right now. That was the order block we were reaching for on the upside. So I want to see it eat through that rejection block. Give my buddy Lauriston some more cash. So let's run these highs out. So if we run the highs out at 10 o'clock and then turn around and come back down. If we wanted that upside 69.99 in here. Oh yeah, those are relative equal highs or equal highs up here. Equal highs here. I think you're good there, Lori. You want to see this candle here hold price. The midpoint. If it doesn't, then the 10 o'clock. Not taking out that low at 10 o'clock. Lori, where's your stop loss sitting right now? Have you got it tight? You're in a consolidation here, right? So you're not getting some big boomer takeoffs at the opening. We're now between these two. This candle here and that candle right there. Let's make these a little bit bigger because this is quite a little tight environment we're in here. So look at these little small little ranges you got right here. So from there to there, you just keep pulling your fib tool between these ranges, you guys, and you'll see. I guess that would be one here. .79% retracement right here. We're on the blue line, 79, right off that order block. Now pull your fib tool from that high to, man, I tell you, without a mouse, these trackpads are not fun. There we go. So we're down to 62% retracement of that little mini range there. So there's 62. Rejection block, and we're deep into the if we take this low out here now, then you're looking at this larger range here. Yeah, it looks like we're going back down. Hate to say it, but I think we're going to still come back down here one more time for 10 o'clock before running that high out. See how we held off that guy there? Right on the body. We have that first one, the second one. We held on the second. We dropped down below it. We came back up inside it. We didn't even hit the body, just hit the first level one, which is that wick. Came down, came back up into the wick again. We have an imbalance sitting right here. And continue to the downside. I put it in profit in case. Good for you, buddy. I think it's going to come back and tag you. Got tagged just now, right below that low. So you see how we'll come back and tag the low right there. We drove through it, came back, tagged it. Now you don't want to lose more than 50% of it, so we can continue on the downside. Take out this, run back into this fair value, get refill, rebalance here. And I think 10 o'clock we want to see this low get taken out. Just a little tap through it, and then return to the upside. So as soon as we have confirmation, and Laura, you'll be probably find this confirmation long before we will. You'll be down in the 5-second chart or something like that. He's amazing down there. Well, we call that, hey? It just seems like a logical place for price to sweep. For me, 10 o'clock tends to take out the high or the low that was created just before 10 o'clock. And we did not break a new high, but we did break all these lows. Over here, previous day's lows, we ran those out. So I think if we just run down here one more time, look at that, right to the rejection block again. If you were shorting that right there, I just think we're going to take it first and then look for confirmation on the upside. If we don't, and this runs back into this range again, it's that proof that I like to tell you guys about, is aim for rejection blocks when you're in consolidated markets like this. Those rejection blocks right on the money, you would have taken out some profits for sure. That's not to say that you're not eventually going to get taken out there, but if you're a sniper and you're trailing your stop loss pretty tight to try and manage these small little ranges, and you're like right to the edge of this imbalance here or just above the imbalance, if that pops up there, you missed all that profit from there to there. Because chances are, if you're sniping, you may be heavier leverage and shorter distances. It doesn't make too much sense to go a small distance with low leverage. Look for a return to that low or the body, which would be the fill of this imbalance here. Well, more of a gap, really. There we go. It's coming in there now. Well, at least the markets are being, price actions being agreeable with me this morning. Oh, excuse me. I like to say I'm in jet lag, but it's only an hour difference from when I was in Alberta. So it's not really jet lag, but I tell you, getting up an extra hour after being used to being sleeping here for a couple of days sure messes with your mind. And I have no coffee. The hotel coffee here is terrible. There's a Starbucks downstairs, but I'm not going down there in my PJs before my shirt when the show's on. Okay, now we've run the lows. My concern is this, I'm hoping this is not a new price leg down. I just want to see this as just a run back up into this order block here. And I want to see the threshold kind of give way. And running it before $10. That's good. There you go. Now I want to see this run right through these midpoint of these two candles, or at least through this guy right here. We're back into that area of resistance we were talking about earlier this morning. My concern is that we're going to make a new price leg down. Okay. For giggles, let's do this. Let's just out of curiosity, let us do this. Ja. Und from here to here. We could dig down to 16,928. I want to see that giveaway though. Good. Well, that's what I want to see. Well, so far it's behaving just as we predicted. Just cut off my sound here for a second. Okay, I'm back. All right, so now you want to see continue to the upside. So as soon as we find this proof here, Lori, Derek, Hollywood, how's it going, buddy? I tell you, doing this setup from a laptop and an iPad, I got to come up with a better system for my world traveling. So I can say I'm coming at you from Dubai, or I'm coming at you from Bali, or some other crazy thing like that. I want to be able to do this thing all over the world. This thing can fund traveling, meeting people, helping people out. Okay, so this is looking lovely now. Let me get rid of, did I pull anything from there? No, that's just inside of an order block. Wow, that was, what's that one? Oh no, that's the regular trading hours, the trading hours. So that's the gap, is it not? The regular trading hours? No, it's right there. Oh, it's from the open. Okay, AM session. Between shots of Rescue 911 or something. All right, so I like this. We've taken out the lows as expected for 10, or just before 10. So we get a dip back into here. There's a little imbalance right there. 2 more minutes. Fair value gap for a silver bullet run. For anticipating upside, this would be the area I'd be looking for a quick run back to here to go long. The daily candle is still a story of, I can't see what it says underneath there, but of today's holiday. Yeah. Well, we've called the reversal so far this morning. We've called for this return to the 9 o'clock low. Just taking that out. And we've called for this return to the high. So far, the market's behaving the way we want it to, down here on the old 1 minute. So now think about this from here to here. We've got a premium level, a fill of that fair value gap. Also back into this mitigation block right here. Old lows, we're already in through that. So we're looking for this and this and this to provide support, to climb up on top of, to get above these old highs. So now we've run these lows. Now this 10 o'clock run is aiming for these old highs up here. You've got to make sure that these, keep your eyes on these inversions now as levels of support. First one here. Just because my touchpad's not that great for let's this as a 1 minute. 1 minute fair value gap inversion. Keep your eye down here too for a sudden rip down here. We have an imbalance, small little tiny imbalance right here. We revisited it twice. This one here. Look at this imbalance right here. We're digging into this mitigation block. Last time closed candle that does not run out an old high. That's mitigation. And as we know, mitigation is not as strong as breakers, obviously, but they can hold price. And that's probably a turn point there. You know, those of you who follow my time and price piece, I've been watching over the last few weeks, we talk about specific times. You'll recall that that was a swing point at that time. Write these down, you guys. I'll save you all the work I did on it. Look here. See if it drops in here in the next couple of minutes. Those of you who are into a silver bullet, your first silver bullet at 10:02 is there, and you want to just snatch a couple of handles. That's the fill of your first one. Get very nimble on these. Look for that one in a premium array to this one in a discount array. So that's 52 all the way down into 40, and this 44. It's almost 10 handles. Your stop loss, if you put your stop loss up here, that's 4 handles. It's almost a 2 to 1. You got an inversion fair value gap here. That's why I'm not crazy about these ones when you get right off the 10 o'clock. Unless it's really, you've got a real good bias going there. You have an inversion going on here. That may have, by the way, hit 50. Nope. We're still in the premium portion of that little recent run here. So it only makes sense to make it down into here. Come back and tag the edge of it. It's giving those silver bullet people early, the 10.02 loyalists, an opportunity multiple times to get short here for some handles. There's 5 handles right there, 6 handles right where we're at right now. I think that clipped the 50%, did it not? Yep. That took the 50%. Always keeping in mind, if we don't get back to here, all we need to do is return to that 50%, or just tip below it, and the algo is quite content to move on from there. You'll see that multiple times. But I do believe we still have more downside. So if you did take a piece from here to there, you got 5 handles, 53 to 46. That's 7 handles right there. You take that. So far, order blocks are holding. I like the fact that, if this is the 10 o'clock silver bullet, it's high in the range. If you're anticipating a run back down into a 50% or greater of the little range you've created into 10 o'clock, then 50% you start unloading you get a nice good high premium array like this, and you get inside it. If you're short, you go, okay, well, I'm just going to use the fib tool as my way to exit out of it. So I take a portion here, 62 and 79. I take out a big chunk out here at 62, which is a full fill of this guy here. Then you got a little imbalance down in here. You take another portion out down there. Rejection block is at 79%. And leave the rest on to run if this doesn't hold. And if you say, well, I could have got all this, if it does end up running all the way through, you can say, I could have got more of that thing. The sniping. Like this is like super sniping. You're just trying to collect 5 to 10 handles. Quick, fast. There's all this chalk going on in here now. Slowly unwinding, but see that kicking off that 50. The other way just hits it, reacts off of it. It just simply return to an array and then keep driving through. There you go. There, so we're going to take another chunk out right down there, and there's your next silver bullet. So you look for confirmation on the long here. It's also the mean threshold of this candle. So we have mitigation block to mitigation. Actually, no, I guess that would be a swing above that old high. That's a swing point. So we're inside that breaker now. 62%. Right on the money. Perfect fill. Now you can start heading back up. So stop loss would go just below 50% of that wick for me. Now you dig down into the 5-second chart. Look for confirmation that this fair value gap's actually, this little BISI's going to hold. You're looking for to take out the lows one more time. Lori's looking for the low to get taken out. For 10 o'clock, sure. This did form before 10. We're just back to this imbalance down here. $79 rejection. Now I want to see this low get taken out again. You don't need this down here now. Now that we've got this, it just came back to rebalance this right off the rejection block. Do I need to reinforce that whole rejection block theory? So we need to lose this here for me to go bullish again. So we had this one here, but this guy here was we talked about it, but I guess it dug all the way down into the rejection block. Now we want to see some support off the top of this here. Or, okay, we're right back into the mean threshold of that candle. We get a reaction off of that, or we're just going to drive straight down through, take out that low. This order block here has to hold for upside prices. We're between these two right now.
We did tear through the mean threshold of that already, right into the rejection. Good. Continue further on the upside. We look for all these inversions now to provide support for price. Continue back to the upside. We're creating a short-term low here. Higher low, higher low. That's our swing. Premium and discount. We're moving into the premium level now. Back to these candles is dip into the discount region again to run that high, well, that order block, which is now a breaker because we ran below the swing point here. So I was looking to see how this reacts off of the 3 points of the PD raise. I almost sound like I'm still asleep. Right, we're gonna look for this PD raise. You can see why I do well at hypnosis sometimes. Listen to the sound of my voice. And as you go deeper relaxed, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you don't want to go deeper, you want to go higher. So we want these levels. Where are we looking here? Inversion. We want to key off these underlying 3-4 hour inversions as well. I want to start seeing some levels of support in here now that we've run these lows out. If we are making an interim or short-term swing point here at the 10 o'clock hour, so you're looking for higher prices on the 11, 12 o'clock, which is what we were talking about in terms of the draw and liquidity on the upside. Look at this order block here now. So reprice, rebalance right here. That acts like an fair value gap. Mean threshold. Be right on top of that 4 hour inversion. You're going to lose that threshold right there. Kurt, are you still in here? Cody. The sun's coming up in LA this morning. I'm not going to take my door open there because it's going to be like, all you can hear is jets taking off all the time. We're still here at the airport. Marriott Hotel at the airport. It's a nice little hotel, I suppose. It's a good conference center for Carla's International Baccalaureate program she's teaching down here. Cody's definitely just silent little guy in the background. Here, your sunset 1700 hours. Oh, you're setting this, your sun's setting there? Well, I found it over here. It's just popping up over here. Do you guys do daylight savings time over there in Europe, Cody? So we're just going to continue now watching this. See how we dipped? This one dips right down into that little fair value gap right there. This is considered reprice rebalance, so that's considered a fair value gap right there. We just dipped into it, and if we leave it, then look for this guy right here, because we're inside this little range right now. And I can just keep repeating this over and over again, but when you watch the video back, if those of you who are tuning into this a little later, you can see we called this morning on the run here. We called this candle here. We called for the low again, and now with a 50% or more off this mitigation block, it hit that. We're looking for this guy here as the silver bullet entry. This guy here was the silver bullet entry. The debate was whether or not we were going to take this low out or build in a short-term low. And for right now, it looks like it's built a short-term low, but it's digging deeper into this here. We lose this order block. We're back to Lauriston's idea of taking out this low. That's the key right there. That's the linchpin for this swing low. So we've come all the way back inside that fair value gap again now. Or it acts like a gap. I know it's reprice rebalance, but it acts like a fair value gap. Find some support there. You want to get through these candles now. There you go. England does, yeah. The daylight savings time makes no sense to you. It makes no sense to us anymore anyway. It was just for the farmers to get an extra hours a day to haul in the harvest. I think that's how it was originally designed for the farmers. All right, so now we've got we've broken these little highs here. So with this guy here becomes a very important point. Remember we talked about this level right here on the 4-hour giving us some support. The bodies of the candles, that's pretty close for government work, giving us support inside a reprice rebalance area here. Okay, the bodies of the candles are respecting that. Alright, so this could be our continuation on the upside. So those of you who decided to take this as when I was mentioning that you could take this for a quick short down into here, collect yourself 10 handles or more, then you got that. And then I had you'll hear me mention that my stop loss was in the midpoint of this candle here, just below the midpoint. And no, I didn't take it just because it's too sloppy, but those are the areas that I was looking at. You're looking for this breaker to get taken out now. So we're really between these two candles. If we get above that, look for these imbalances here. and this breaker here. We may dig down into this area here one more time. So far it's acting according to our specifications. We even called an exact turn at a specific time of day. Called that exact turn right there. I was calling it right as it opened up on here. That was where the turn was expected. Go back in the video, you'll hear me talking about it. Time is critical. That's what Michael was talking about, that if you take the candles out and just ran it by time, everything is very time based. Research time, my friends, and you will find some crucial or critical areas we can expect PDRAs to overlap to support price. Now we got 27, 26, 27 turn point at a logical area of turning. Then look for the 32 and then the shenanigans that occur around 36. You have a little bit of shenanigans that go on for about 5 to 6 minutes after the bottom of the hour. Another dip down into fair value. We have that regular trading hour gap up there still. Did you guys have a good weekend? Derek, when did you say you're heading out to see your son? Yeah, we want this to be a level of support when we get above it. Now that lines up with this here. If we come back, tag the top PD array of that little order block, and you can get all the way down into this order block here. Yeah, there's a left side over here. If we get into here, there's another guy right here. There's a fair value gap there. It's not an inversion yet. This would be an inversion here. This would be an inversion here. That's the imbalances I was mentioning earlier. So we were up into that now. Now look for this candle right here. That can come all the way down into this candle's body, which is also this little imbalance. Look for this 30-31 and then 32. Nice push up. So you could have two silver bullets this morning, from there to here, and then from here so far. You're long. Making some coinage this morning. We fly out to Dallas on Friday. Oh, the Washington, D.C. airport's nice. Shake that man's hand for me, man. Give him a hug. And he's been being deployed over to Asia Pacific, is that it? He's with the Navy. He's an officer. That doesn't surprise me that he's an officer. Comes from good stock. Lots of young men under his command. Good for him. That's a heck of a lot of responsibility. It's not like you're just going and you're building an algorithm and you could get it wrong and the program doesn't work too well when you're dealing with people's lives, man. That's a tremendous responsibility to have. Much respect for that. That's a huge burden to take on as command. So you see how we run back to an area of support. So we're telling you about, look at this level, this candle here. See how it came back to it perfectly. So we're coming into this fair value gap right here. Look for this candle, high to low, as a level of support. Friba. On the gold in the meantime, I don't know. I don't have my main charts here. I can go over there and have a look for you. Let's have a look for gold. Oh, I got it over here. Stand by. I think I still have it in my charts here. Metals, gold. Gold's inside this fair value gap right here. I ran into it. Let's run into it again. And we're actually below the bottom of it here on the daily. So mojo on that one. Stand by. Let me have a look at this one here. So you're inside this. If you've got more upside coming, I like the look at these old highs back here as a level of support inside that little range there. You can expect $20.57. Look at this candle here. Perhaps a run to 20.57. If you lose the mean threshold of that candle, that's not an objective right now. Keep your eye on this one here. You got that candle and this candle. So 2057 all the time, this candle's intact. What's the low on that candle there? 55.5. So that's your low inside here. Yeah, 2057. Run that high out there for that price leg up. And after that, I'd have to come back and look at it some more. But that would be my next objective up there, if you don't lose this midpoint here. If you do, look for these fair value gaps to fill down in here, and look for this breaker as your last point of entry. So just keep your eye on here. I wouldn't put a trade in anywhere yet. Look for this trade here on the 1 minute, or sorry, the mean threshold of this candle on the 1 minute. And if you lose that, look at the discount array is in here. So if you pull your fib tool from the top to bottom here, %50 puts you right in here. So you'd have to get back into at least the discount zone to warrant getting in on that. And don't forget, optimum trade entries right back at the breaker here. That's what I see there. Where's he going to? Going to Yemen? Asia Pacific. He was in Yemen about a year ago. I have no idea what the US has with Yemen. I never understood that. Now there's some more the worst job in the world to be in the army, to be honest. Don't like it. Lost my father during the war. War stupid. Agree that. I guess it all depends on the side that you're on. War has never a good thing for anybody. But if you're being invaded or you got to protect your sovereignty, I understand the purpose. But to be the invading force, I don't get it. Anyway, I'm not going to get into any politics or religion or that kind of crazy stuff in here. So you see how this order block here, we broke below it to come back. We need to blow through that if we want to continue to the upside to the mean threshold. But the fact that we ran all three of them at one time already, rejection. Are we coming back for a discount first? Another deeper discount into this array. And it's 40.42, so we're expecting a turn here in the next couple of minutes. It's 40, 42, 45. All three of those are potential turn points. So you can get into a little consolidation around this time, or you could be looking for a look for those numbers: 40, 42, 45. Yeah, makes sense to continue to push up. We have our upside objective for the day has been way up there, so those of you who did get in on that silver bullet entry down here, for the long of the day, we hold that for the long of the day, which is your higher daily time frame objectives, which are we're looking to get up into here at 1700s or higher. Oh yeah, we're looking for up here 1704. 1727. You got this big fair value gap up here on the 15-minute. I like that we've just popped above here. You validated that order block right there. We went dink, just came down and tagged it nicely. So look for this order block up here. I expect to see a little retracement in here. Look down here. Yeah, Derek was mentioning a holiday today, bank holiday. Oh yeah, I looked at oil this morning. I do love a nice crude oil purchase. Here's your 45. Did we run that low high out there? So next candle should be a turn candle down. What? This is voodoo. This is voodoo. What is the voodoo that you do? So now we got a different swing point. So we got the turn down into mean threshold. So next one's 48. 50, 50, and then it starts going a little choppy here the next 15 minutes. That's the 45 swing right there. High, low on either side. Reverse back into an order block. When you get these times are really, really tight, they still perform. Just that they're not going to give these big massive runs down. Like if you were expecting that to be the run down, it's a turn candle back into an order block. Now 48, 50, 52, 55, 58. Key points. Write those down. Then the bigger move starts at the turn of the hour. It's 48. There are two things to look at in the chart to analyze the market first. Daily, start with the daily, get your directional bias. All this stuff's in Michael's materials too. But I usually start at the daily or the weekly. On Sundays I look at the weekly, the monthly, see what the overall objective is for the month. The weekly where you're at. And then daily get your bias. Then you drill down into your time zones, where the London and New York time zones are, where you expect those to form. Common areas that turn, and then I get down to the minutes, and then I have a system that I use for minutes and seconds. $89, $49. Nope, 49 is not one of my numbers. 48, 50, 52, 55. Those are all not guaranteed spots, so you look for PD rays that support those times. So in other words, I look for over here. You're into this rejection block already. Old high. We just took out that high, right? Alright, equal with it now. So now I wait for $50, $52. Might take the high here, create a little swing point there. So it ends up on a down candle and trade back into it. That would be a turn point for a quick snipe for the next PD ray below. Yeah. I could make a show, I suppose. 52 reaction. Well, this could make the swing point from below or above. This is the last 10 minutes of the hour. Could be a bit choppy. See what the next bit of action does for us. We'll see this whole block here. Back to the regular trading hours gap. Mean threshold. There's your 55 candle. Now. There's 55. See the swing that's forming here? When you get into this kind of chop, it looks just, yeah, you can say that. Form fit that there. You're just kind of squeezing it in now because we're in a consolidation. You go back through your charts. I'm not going to do it for you. Go back through your charts. Look at the numbers that I'm giving you and tell me you don't see a turn in within a minute or two of that. These key levels that I keep giving you. No, some of them are overlapping, so you could say, yeah, 50, 52 with a 1 minute lap on either side. That pretty much covers everything from 50 to 58. You keep saying, oh, minute on either side of it. Well, that's quite a lot of time. That pretty much covers any swing point there. So yeah, anybody could form fit that. Whatever. I'm not out to prove my thing to you. I'm just sharing it with you. The key numbers. Are the ones I've shared with you so far. There's a few more coming up here in the top of the hour. You use them, don't use them. Helps get off my nose. If you want to use them, go for it. Traded in my demo, no conditions for live. $7.45, 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, that's that 15-minute fair value gap we were looking at earlier to get into. Oh, is that still up here yet? Yeah, it's still above us. We're into the body of this candle right now. I want to see the threshold of that get through on the 15-minute. 55, 758. Expect a swing point here or here. Back in. Again, look for the fair value gap down here that supports price. Then the fun ones start. I think this is because it's a bank holiday. There's a bank holiday, and so usually you don't trade the day after a holiday either. Monday's usually the day you just sit and watch, get a feel for where the market wants to go for the rest of the week. I look at Monday like it's the wick portion of the week. It's the kind of Judas swing on the week, and then the Tuesday, Wednesday will start to set up your lower high with your reversal occurring on Thursday usually. Tell you that little silver bullet trade we had this morning is just working out a charm. That guy right there. That's why I like to wait for my 10 to 15 minutes. Look for that. If we had the bias for the upside, that's why we went here. If you would have taken the very first one, which is the 10.03 one, you would have got short there. You would have made, and if you were aiming for here, you would have got taken out. So multiple lessons to learn from that. If you do take these, take them for the quick run, unless it's in a direction that you're absolutely sure is going to support price. We were having a bias for a long today, so this did not support a long bias. But I got no problem if you take it and you want to just get in, and we showed you right as it was happening. We even called it right there at that high to take it for a rundown in here. Premium, discount, then load in on this one with the potential that we could take out that low. But we'd already taken out the low, the 9 o'clock, before the 10 o'clock run. Now that's usually the hint, and you look back at Michael's stuff and you'll note that he'll say if that run is taken before 10 o'clock, it's not usually a good sign for continuation on the downside, which is in our favor. It's not a good sign for continuation. It's a potential reversal, and sure enough, we got that. $10.24 worked as inversion. This one here, yeah. It became inversion the moment we got above it right here with another body candle. We come back to it, found support at it. So that would have been your confirmation, because we were having a discussion about whether or not this low was going to get taken out, and it's totally viable. The potential was definitely there because we have a body that trades below that low. So you now look for confirmation, either to trade back to it, get short on it for that low, or you come back to it from the top, come back to it, find support. So good point, Cody. As an inversion, that works great right there. And I know it kind of sounds like a post, but we were calling this as it was happening. But this is a really good confirmation. What Cody just pointed out for this inversion fair value gap now provides support right there. Would have been your confirmation that we've factored in a short-term low already at 10 o'clock, and that there's a potential for upside and our continuation on our buys. It's a good point, Cody. Where do you think, Furba, where we're going? Where do you think it's going for trades? I love inversions. I think you and I see things the same way, Cody. We look at inversion fair value gaps as awesome levels of support or resistance. Now I have my own little set of rules around inversion fair value gaps, and I think you saw last week I traded the moment if a body pops above it, that's it, I'm out. And then I turned around and went right back down to where I wanted to go. But that's my rule, and you got to, if you make rules, you got to stick with them. Far too many years I traded without rules. So we have an order block. We've returned to the order block. We have a new order block forming. So that's an 11 o'clock high. Look for a return back into 50% of this range here now. Up to 50% of this range. Created from 10 to 11. So look back here. I've turned the heat off just so we don't have to worry about the fan. It's getting cold in here. I'm not a hardened Canadian anymore. I've been down in LA too long. Put on my sweater. Apparently it's like, it was minus 38 when we left. Friends of ours up in Edmonton got down to minus 55. Minus 55 with the wind chill factor. So in other words, your skin will freeze in less than 30 or 60 seconds up there. That's brutal. Even for me, that's too damn cold. Even for me, that's too cold. Go find some socks. So tell me, Furbo, where's your call? Where are you going on your trade? Where would you go in? One hour fair value gap, and then down 1 hour fair value gap. This one here, this inversion fair value gap, because this isn't a fair value gap yet. It's just we're just coming back to rebalance price. So if you're looking at, unless you want to go up to this 1 hour fair value gap and then go back down. I'm not quite sure where you're calling it. 16,980 high looks like a probability now. We could run all the way back into 16,966. We've come back to the top of this order block here. 15-minute. $15,966. Equal highs. I like this spot right here. $966. Yeah, back to this old high here. We'll see how there's a little tiny imbalance in here still. Let's see what that acts like. I have to put my socks on. 5 minute fair value got below with equal lows, then higher. The candle forward formed it on 3 o'clock. So look at this range. Double zero. Double zero. Um, 50% brings us right back into here. So if we come back for a discount, usually this is when you're trailing your stop up on this one. It comes back and takes you out to the 50% line. I like this area here now. I may be just a little bit short. I might have to take it from here. But we'll take the low of the day. The low shouldn't be taken out now. If we get back into here, I'll go long here. So I'm looking for a confirmation around 50%, and then looking for a we'll look for a lower time frame confirmation for a turn for further upside prices. It's 911, folks. 911. I don't know why my eye always gets, I don't know if my unconscious picks up on it, but I look at the clock and I go, oh, 911. Something about that number. back to the order block. Candle. Should be down for a bit now. So boys in red heading for a call. The guys and gals, sorry. There's a lot of gals in the fire department now. Look at that. All lining up all sexy there on the right around 50%. Derek says 5-minute fair value gap below price. Equal lows. 5-minute, he says. Let's go to 5-minute. Fair value gap below price. Ooh, yes. There's that guy there. This guy here in the discount range. I like that guy there. 62% fills that guy. That guy's a little tiny one. That definitely gets you optimum trade entry. 79% puts you right into the mean threshold. There's a lot of fib tool on there. There's a lot of fib tool on there. What if I pull from here to here though? Right back into the regular trading hours gap. Either way, that fair value gap, regular trading hours. I do like this leg though, not that one. We have a little run coming up here. Is there a news event coming up soon? What do we got for news this week? Get rid of all this crap I don't use. I don't use Swissy. I don't use China. Don't care for that. So tomorrow, doesn't say it's a bank holiday in here. Is it a holiday today, Derek? Yeah, it's tomorrow. CPI for Canada. It's Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday might be the interesting day. High or the low of the day. Or high or the low of the week in Wednesday. Not much going on tomorrow though for US dollar. But not all companies participate. But I noticed some brokers are closing at 12 Eastern until 5 p.m. Then tomorrow begins. Oh, I have closes it in. Here's that little mini run I was just telling you about a few minutes ago. Should continue on for the next couple of minutes. Well, that finished off that one projection that we had, I guess. Aiming for here. 2057. You're welcome. That was $2. Good. Did you get some money off that Verba? Did you get your 2057 objective? Or have you aimed higher? Top Step says we have shut it down. We'll have to shut it down at 12 o'clock. Okay, so it looks like a lot of people are participating in that today then. That's why it's all kind of pulled back into the range maybe. That was the big lion's share of the run for the today then. Fair enough. We called beautiful little runs today. And we called the up, the down, the back up again. We call a little something in gold. That's a good day today. It was fun. Kind of looking at just watching price action on a 1 minute chart. You guys, we're on a 1 minute chart. You know what that means? Like back when I was looking at charts years ago, 1 minute, I would never have gone anywhere near NasDaq, the big boys, on a 1 minute chart. I would have never seen myself years later playing in a 1 minute chart in NasDaq and calling the market with some pretty freaking close analysis. Keep sticking with it, my friends. Stick with it. You can only get better and better at this stuff. You want me to keep calling your gold for you? I haven't. I'd have to study gold a bit more. I just gave you a quick synopsis there. Furba. Is that the one is that the main one you play in? Is gold? What do you think it's going to do? Where do you think it's going to go? So now we're looking for. We haven't broken above here yet, so for me, no market structure until I see something more significant here. This order block, though, is now valid. And we're through all of these ones already. So your eye would go to here, here, or here. Still didn't get quite 50% of that 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock run. Can you check the 745 candle and that gap? What do you think? We should not close below it with 15-minute candle. 745. What chart are you? What time zone are you on? Cody. 745 candle. You on a 15-minute chart? 745. This inversion here, you mean? Yeah, I like this 1030 candle. We've just come back to the edge of it here. All the time you're getting a body staying above this candle, your inversion, Cody. If you see that as an inversion, and you got support above that, holding, I like further upside, definitely. I've liked upside for this whole thing, for the whole day, but we'll see what happens at 12 o'clock when everything gets shut down, or all the brokers shut down. If he just goes into this sideways, we have this inversion right here. Let's see if we hold above here. This tiny little imbalance. We get on top of that and find some support above 16,970. What does that equate down to in the 5-minute chart? It's that guy right there. So now Cody kind of look for this guy here as the next stepping stone to climb higher. Agreed. Yeah, it can definitely spike down there. And it looks like it's already spiked through it. You go back there, you'll see that it's already spiked through that on the 15-minute. See if that's your inversion at 745. This guy right here. We've already spiked through it already. I don't want to revisit that. I want to see something more supported on top of here and start this. If we close this candle above, you don't want to see more than 50% of that candle get taken out for the upside on the next day for tomorrow. Oh no, that's not a daily candle. What am I talking about? It's a 15-minute candle. So, not for the daily, but for the next hour. If this one comes back down, you don't want to lose more than 50% of that quick. So if we don't need to premium this, if we don't need to come back into a discount to go back up, and again, I want to see this break this high. Or I mentioned here, didn't I? I want to see it break above that high actually. On the 1-minute chart, we have order block, propulsion candle, another fair value gap. I like to see propulsion candles get above these consolidations and then use them to get higher. I like a revisit here. Oops. Oh, I thought that thing was going to put a, I got instant trade on there. Crap. I wanted my instant trade to go in there, or my other trade to go in there. I was kind of hoping that the box would pop up there and I could just get ready to put my trade in. Okay, well, my stop loss is going to go down here then. Below that low. I wanted to get in here off that order block, or the old highs at least. I'm not too far off, but $32. I'm gonna wait. Pay for my trade. My mistake. Got it a little too early. There's some shenanigans about to happen. and it's consolidation, so I'm gonna wait. We don't need to see every freaking trade I make. Oh, come on, I didn't see you in there. Sorry about that. Good morning. Oh, my back's sore. Just checking to see who's down at the hot tub. The hot tub's going. Nice. I think I'm gonna get in there today. See what happens here. Next couple of minutes. What's our euro doing? Dixie, what's Dixie up to? Equal highs, rejection block. Again, rejection block. Look at the range, 50%. Your retracement back in here. I give some upside push for these guys. It's already coming down to that level that we were picking. $50 or $20.59 Verba. $20.59. Derek, did you jump on that trade when I got out? That's funny. It's almost like you could set your watch to, hey man, wherever Darren gets out, stay in it, because it's gonna go where he thought it was gonna go. He likes to play second guesses with his brain. Oh, you got slow internet. I didn't get some answer from you because of this problem. Yeah, okay. I just gave you the next level up. But look for, start blocking out your rationale. Watch what we do in the 1 minute charts, and it translates to everything. If you can read the 1 minute chart like this, and you can see where things are going, then you have a better ability to pick bias overall, a better ability to be able to pick, because it's all fractal. Everything we're doing here on a 1 minute chart is no different than any other chart. It's just happening faster. It gives us feedback sooner, that's all. That tells us if we're on the wrong side. It just gives us feedback, lets us know how to turn around. It's a little harder when it's on a daily chart. You figure out you're on the wrong side, you've taken some big losses. That's why you practice down here at the 1 minute. Watching price action every day, head in the charts, watching how it works. Remember the 38 candle? 38. 36. Shenanigans from 32 to 36. There's 31, 32, 37, 38. Next one's 40, 42. All the way down to 45. Then the 48, and then you got all that 50, 52, 55, 58 turn points. It's tougher because if you don't have a good internet connection, you're gonna miss. You're probably missing some of the stuff I'm giving you for gold anyway. So back to an order block. We're now digging through it. Look here for your discount array. In a time that we mentioned, 40.42. Now we might actually get my entry, my original entry work down here. But if you're scaling out at the previous high, where I got in there, scale out a portion up there, and move your stop loss to break even. Quick, easy one. Unless you want to hold it longer and then leave your stop loss alone down here. $80.5 is my target. Excuse me. I was down in the cafeteria there yesterday, and I saw this lady at the table and decided to paint her. I didn't bring my watercolors, and I started to paint her. She turned out to look like this crazy psycho over her books. I got something wrong in her face. And she just looks like her hair's on fire. She looks like she's raging over her homework. Caught the last leg. You got that last leg, Lauriston, off this consolidation here. That's what I was kind of hoping it would get back into here and give me a reaction off of this inversion here. I'm done for the day, yeah, but reading 1 minute chart is very hard. It gives me entry everywhere. Yeah, that's tough when you're right, Furbo, when you're looking at the charts. You can see entries literally everywhere on the 1 minute chart. Lori, but guys, happy trading. I'm out. Oh, you're out, Lori. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you made some cash there, buddy. Okay, looking for the first entry if I get confirmation. He's not out just yet. Then I'm done. Yep, got it from the consolidation second chart. From the 30-second chart. I'm so funny. So look at that range that you're in here, FURBA. No matter where you're at, look for these little ranges that you're in. Look for the premium and discount ranges. Always make sure if you're not quite sure and you say I want to get into this thing, always get in at the best PD array that supports a discount inside this little tiny range that you're in, and your stop loss will be small. Calculate the distance between taking out the high. Something simple like that. You go, okay, well, this isn't a discount portion of that range. It's a PD array that supports price. The next one down is this guy here. So if I come into this range right here and I go long and I put my stop loss below this candle's mean threshold, because that's the line in the sand for me, then I want a 2-to-1 return on my money. If I'm aiming for up here, then I definitely want to get a small little range. So calculate your leverage, how much you want to use, so on and so forth. So we're slowly coming down to the area I wanted to get in at originally. And show and explain the trade from today. Now would you go into the second chart to analyze? Would you go into the second chart to analyze a PA in the range? Yeah, you could. If you see something down in here, for example, let's use this one. Let's go down to the 30-second chart. And you got a consolidation down in here. We have a little tiny fair value gap down in here. So if you wanted to hold on for your PDA, a PD array down in here or down in here, there's your line in the sand right there. So you've got a really tight stop loss. So you can stick it below there. So there's that reaction off that one I originally wanted to get in on. What the hell, we'll put one in there. I did buy that, right? Yeah. And then I'm going to put my stop loss below there. So right off of that higher time frame, 1 minute, I wanted that entry right off the inversion there. Now I'm going to aim for the hold highs up here. And the moment I break this high right here, I'll move to break even, just because I want it tight. I want to cut my risk down as quick as I can, just because we're in these consolidated. Look at this, is the 30-second chart here. This is really tight. So you want to just try and nibble off some profits. Here, Derek, is my stop is just below the 1 minute order block. 1 1-minute order block. This guy here, the propulsion candle. Oh, it took you out. Ah, okay. Would wait a bit looking for the second chart for confirmation. Yeah, we can come back up right up into this guy here. I gotta get through this guy here now. There's a swing point there. I'm gonna take out the high there. Yep. Once again, looking at that going, that's a breaker right there. Lower still might be right. This could be coming down into a lower 30-second array here. This is when it's going to turn around and go back up right from that order block. But that 1-minute one looked like a breaker up there. So it's too tight for me to grab some, like $30 at a time. It's just paying for my trade. When you get into consolidations inside 30-second charts, the market's really not very active at all. And you're just gambling now. Well, I'm just gambling. You may not be. I don't want to accuse you of what you're doing, but I'm gambling because there's no like real clean setup for me right now. So, mind you, if I do this, it'll make me feel better. It'll make me feel like I'm in a bigger chart. There we go. Now I feel like it's a crazy market. So you have a swing point here, break that high, return to it here. Now reacting off it. That's why I wanted to get out of there. And we got this big here, this sucker right here for a run up above these highs. Not convincing to go wrong yet. No, I agree. Because we have taken out the highs here on the 30-second chart. So are we going to take out the lows on the 30-second chart? We've got relative equal lows down here. Consolidation, breakout above, come back, take out the highs, come back down below consolidation, come back into consolidation. There's more support for a downside run than there is an upside run right now on the 30-second chart, that is. We're not looking at the overall run of the day, we're kind of looking at this 30-second chart. $11.16. This is a 50-52. That's an objective at 52-55. There you go, 52, 55. Same kind of things we're going to look for here, these inversions, for them to turn into inversion gaps, fair value gaps, and then see if they provide us a level of support along with a break to the upside, a positive, like Larston said, a positive displacement. So if we run, now that we've run the highs out, the next PV array corresponding to that will be at a run at the lows. So my thoughts go towards running this out here and taking out the lows. And then if we get a reversal happening, look for some support off of these inversions again. You want to see a big displacement candle here now. When we start getting into the 30-second chart and it starts getting choppy, you know, you can't get a really fun reach. You have to get down into the 5-second chart just to play and have some fun here now. See, now we're losing that. Look for a corresponding PD array. So if we've taken out the highs, look for a run below these lows here now. Or are we into rejection block again? Look at that, right off the rejection block. If this turns around and goes back up, nothing like hammering home my idea about rejection blocks if you're short. There you go. She's done. Took out the lows. All right. Now let's get down into a 5-second chart. Body gets below it here. See that? Breaker. Body gets below it. We trade back into the breaker. Short. Return to the order block. Right on the money. We don't get a return to, yeah we do. Do we get a return? Yeah we do right there. That next candle opens up, gaps up, hits it, run all the way back down. Order blocks, run back up into them, right on the bottom of them. Hit them, body, hit it, run down, fair value gap. Trade inside it, 50%. Now I want to see something that starts switching to the upside. And this is like a rinse and repeat every single time. So we're looking for an entry now. So we want to break structure here. And use this as an inversion. Consolidation, breakout, return to consolidation. Head up. Did I take out that high? Nope. %50 of consolidation only, which is the bottom of that inversion again. We want to see it break structure though. Not even on a 5-second chart we can't get some action. Aha! See, no break in market structure to the upside. Consolidation, we came back to it, blew right through it. So now we did not break market structure to the upside, so we're still going down on our 30-second chart. We've now taken out these guys. Inside this fair value gap down here, you see that one? On the 30-second chart. We've got these guys down here still. Nice. Just put a sell in within 15 seconds, might take profit through equilibrium. Good for you, man. So we finally hit that 50% of that range we were talking about earlier. 62%'s been hit now. 75 optimal trade entry down here, and 79% puts you right inside that fair value gap down here. Oh, I want to see something here. Nope. Good call, Derek. That was lucky. I had even decided which discount PDA to get to, and boom, it was over. So now we've traded all the way back to this inversion here. Found some support off of the bottom half of it now inside that order block. So we do get a continuation on the downside. Look for this inversion, this fair value gap down in here. If we lose this mean threshold, come back on and find some support inside here again. Look for a run back up inside that inversion again. Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna. We've lost this fair value gap, or this. I keep saying, I always go with that word fair value gap. My mouth just goes before. We've lost this threshold. I mean, threshold is order block now. Five-second chart. He said he found a confirmation. Broken market structure. So you found your confirmation probably here, and then took it from there long. 962.5. Is that where you got in, Lori? We're going to return to this spot right here. Right there. Oof. I wanted to get on this old high here. That's my 5-second entry. I'll put my stop loss below the inversion fair value gap here. I want to see this whole price, so I'm just below it. So if you're looking at this big range here now, we're just about to hit 50% of that big range. There's a fair value gap here above 50. There's another one at 62%. There we go. I'm going to take my stop loss, move it up now. I'm moving into profit, guaranteed now. Let the thing run. And we entered in on a 5-second chart. Booyah! Okay, so if it comes back, takes me out, it's only 15 bucks. Pays for my trade. 5-second chart entries. What is that stuff? What are we doing, boys? 5-second entries. What kind of craziness is that? There's 62%. Put my stop 50% below the minute order block. You put it 50% below here. Deploy this order block. Good stuff, man. Well, we've got ourselves a trade, zero stress trade. I love zero stress trades. Five-second entry. I love a 5-second entry. Lauriston, you're the master of 5-second entries, man. Having a banana for breakfast. Just took out that high. Look for this breaker. What time is it there? It's like lunchtime in New York, isn't it? This could be the next price leg up. Okay, so I want to see this. That's the upside objective. I shall put my take profit right around there. Provided that's going to give me something over here that Lines up with it. Oh, look at that. Fair value gap. Well, I think I'll go right there in the middle of that. That'll be my trade for the day. Oh, wait. That's actually above my objective. Little price imbalance. I'll take that. Right there. That's fine. That should get me my price link. You're down for the day now, Lauriston, for sure. Gotta go. I'll be ready safe. All right, buddy. Good call for today. Nice 5-second entry today. We'll see you either tomorrow or Thursday. Depends if I can get back in here or not tomorrow. And my stop loss now, just because of this is the idea I want to trade, so I'm trading the bottom half of this now. I'm moving into profits here, because if I lose this downside here, then I'm out. I don't want it to get below this fair value gap here. So it starts, even if it wicks through and takes me out, I'm alright. And that'll be a wrap for me for the day, because then I have to recalculate where my high is going to be, because my high is based off the 62% retracement right here. And if that's not that, then I have to recalculate that. Okay. Well, that'll help me pay for Starbucks here at the hotel. $100. That's insanity. Prices here. I thought America's were supposed to be nice, cheap prices here. I can't believe I paid $50 for a breakfast at a hotel. That's the problem, I suppose. When you're at the hotel, you're paying big bucks. Like your sat nav, recalculating. So now look for this. Look at old highs. We lose this order block. Actually, these old highs. Stand by. I may have jumped the gun on this one. That's the new recalculation. Right off there.
give back my profits if it goes there. Gold. Let's look at gold again. I gave you 59. Just short of it here on the hourly. What did it get to? Oh, it did hit 59. 2059. Look over here. 2059 too. Well, I'm giving you $4 on gold today for about. I'm gonna book more like 40, 259, 4. Oh, don't tell me it's ready. Let me go.
Got the main body done. So again, I'm gonna play with the seams a little bit, make it a little nicer. The front part made, card pockets, the flap. Now I just gotta figure out how to attach it to the main body.
Wow.
So it's gonna be a little bulkier than her bag, but it's gonna be way more heavy duty. Guarantee it'll last.
Wow. Copy, send that to mom and dad. Sorry, I'm doing a little so for everybody, yeah, look for more upside on here. 2059 4. At least that mean threshold right there. And if that gives way, look for the rejection block. And this now becomes, you're really between this candle here and this candle here right now on the 1 hour chart. So I think you're about to get your 59.40, 59.04 right now. What's it at? 59.03. One more little pop up, and you'll have 59.04. So that's the that would have been my objective for the gold. So you got $4 run there. I don't know what that translates for you in terms of your price action and profits, how much leverage you're putting in, how you manage your trade. Not quite sure. But that's the level there. Now if you lose that, look for the rejection block above. And this candle's low is 59.03, which is the mean threshold of this one here. I was trying to eyeball it at 4, but it's 3. So whatever that midpoint there is at the bottom of that candle, that's the high. So if you lose it from here, like I would have taken out my profits here and then sideline wait. If you get a return into this order block, preferably into the mean threshold of that, you're playing mean threshold to mean threshold. So you might just get this bounce off of here now and run all the way back down into here as a consolidation run. There, premium to discount, like array to like array, mean threshold to mean threshold. Anyway, that's what I'm kind of looking at for your gold thing. Who's this? Scammers texting me constantly.
NQ is lower. Okay, yeah. I'm planning to sell gold for 2056 to 2057, 15-minute time frame. Morning, Darren. Any trades for you today? Yep. We've had a we've been calling we've been calling the market pretty consistent this morning. We did a couple of 5-second entries. Is that trade out already? I guess it's out already. Yeah. Yeah, we did a couple of 5-second charts, Alex. Verba, if you're studying ICT stuff, you should understand what mean threshold is. Mean threshold is the midpoint of the order block. That stuff you should learn in very early in his mentorship stuff, so you need to go through his material to get fresh on what mean threshold is. Almost to come in here and took me out there. Old highs, look at that right there. Where was my stop loss? My stop loss was way too tight. Should have seen this right here. The consolidation, break below, come back up, return to consolidation. We're right on the top of it here, and now we're getting a pull out up to the up close or candle order block right there. There's the low of those two candles. So if we get a return to this old high equals here, leave this open as a breakaway gap, we can start running for higher. That being our objective up there still. That's sitting at 985. Let's just confirm that first. here. Let's go below here. I'm just trying to get off of these old highs here, or this little consolidation playing off of here. Hoping this would stay open, but it's not. We got this whole inversion here. I want to see this kind of whole price now. If I close below this line, I'll have to close out that stop loss before it gets there. Again, no break-in structure. I was just going through here, playing off of this consolidation and not looking for confirmation above an old high with a body. I make that mistake way too many times. And if that happens, if that we take out that low, then you look for 50% of this. Low carb, high protein, nice. That's just the air conditioner or the air conditioner. It's not hot enough down here to be in the air conditioning. That's the heat inside the hotel room here coming on that you can hear there for about, or sometimes the fan on my motor because it gets hot kicks in. You might hear that as well. You don't have the luxury of being back home. Oh, look up. Housekeeping. Hello.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Okay, I'll come back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks. So you see where I'm stuck right now, right? Between this candle here and back here. Well, no, it's between these two. This is compressing. So I'm hoping to see a breakout to the upside, obviously, versus the downside. Our bias still is long, so this may be a slow, insidious grind up. Lori's back. Did you get everything done already? See how we ran out of PD arrays there? We were compressing, and it has to make a move to extend the PD arrays. That's the direction I did not want it to go. I'm eating chips over here because it's crunchy, and I don't want to keep jumping in there turning that audio off. That's out. Taking that out. I broke the level I thought. Look for more downside now. Me too. I'm not doing any more trades today. I made $500 earlier today, and I've slowly given back about 150, $200 of it. go as soon as I get in profits. Consolidating too much. That's clearly been created. Well, I think that's going to be it for me for today, guys. We got a nice little run on the 10 o'clock silver bullet entry. So that kind of panned out nicely. I didn't take those trades. I ended up taking the crappier ones later on in the day. But them's the breaks. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's a lot of sideways motion. Like Laurie says, we're building some liquidity now. We're inside this range here. 50% of that range. We're building up some liquidity on both sides of it. But you want to see a breakout above or below this range for a break in structure, I think, to one direction or another. That'll be it for me for the day. Thanks very much for popping in, guys. I will hopefully be back tomorrow. And if not, I will see you guys on Thursday. Be kind to each other out there. I'm going to go risk LA. I've always got the fear of LA, like I'm going to get shot here or something. I always hear rage. I see too much news about bad things happen in LA. Don't know why. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be nice. I wish you guys all the best, and I will talk to you tomorrow, hopefully. If not, Thursday. All the best. Chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.